So we have already discussed awk command in multiple occasions, but still, I mean, there could be a few more things wherein, depending upon our day-to-day activities, the AWK command can be beneficial to learn. So here we have some instances wherein AWK can be utilized to solve our day-to-day issues. Okay. So multiple times we have a configuration file in eventual related projects or any other tool specific or other probably the Java related projects. So there are configuration files. So a .config file or .yaml file, right? Yet another markup language. So mostly the Java related projects and wherein we have to store the key value pair kind of data storage, then we use the YAML, okay, and also another configuration file wherein the data is stored as a key value pair and we want to retrieve the values based on the particular key. So if that kind of situation is there, then we can utilize the awk command in such a way that we can retrieve the value, okay, based on particular key. So let's say we have a weather detail.config or weather detail.yaml or whatever, right? Whatever extents it could be. So and the data is stored as a region, and then there is a separator, okay, and then there is a value, and then another record, and it's likewise. So there are multiple records. So depending upon the key, the first field being the key, and second being the value. Okay. So want to retrieve the values which is against the country as a field, key as a country, and we want to retrieve the India. So let's say, so what we can do is we need to use the O command. Then there is a field separator, the colon, or it could be a equal to sign or dollar or whatever, depending upon the your configuration file content. Okay, and then print $2 in the sense of if we are separating using this separator, the $2 is the second field of the record, and then this is the input of the file. Okay, input file. Or we can utilize cat command. We can print the using the cat command, and then we can grep using the key, and then again grep this one, and then awk, and then print $2, second field of the this separator. So this is for colon. If we have a equal to sign, then equal to, otherwise we can utilize like the colon here. Okay. So this is one of the use case, okay. And second, whenever we want to check the size of the file, so what we can do is we can sorting the latest last file. You know, if you want to retrieve the last file, what we can do is we can sort the ls using ls. We can sort according to the time, okay, reverse sorting according to the time, so that we can retrieve the last file, and then print $5 is the size of the file, the fifth field of the ls-lart command, and then this is going to be the size check. And if you want to see, let's see, let me open my Ubuntu. Okay, so this is my Ubuntu, and okay, let me do the ls-lart. So if you see that this is the permissions, and then this is the second field, this is third field, fourth field, fifth field. Fifth field is the date size in kbs, okay, and then sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, okay. So these are the different field of ls-lart, okay. So So let's go back to the implementation, I mean the command. So this is how we can, utilize file name. File name is not a sixth field, it's, I think, yeah, it's a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Eighth field is going to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ninth field is going to be the file name, okay? Yeah. So likewise, you can utilize the awk command again. $5, $1 is going to the first field, and likewise. So let's see another one. So this is the when we work with the log file or any uh, any sensor data or whatever, wherein we have it's not a it's a semi-structured files. If you want to work with a semi-structured file, semi-structured in the sense of the partly the structure is defined, right? So whenever we look at the log file of the ab initio graph, so when we see that it's the starting part is going to be the same, the whenever the graph starts, it will it will retrieve all the values of the the environment variables and those values, and then the parameters, project specific parameters and those values, and then specific to the graph parameter and the values. So this is going to the sequence of the sequence of the content printed in the log file. So there will be a partial, structure, and then there will be a phases will be starting. Phase zero has started. Then the tracking of the data, right? How many bytes has been processed, and in how much time it took, and what components is going is running, which part it is running, and depending upon our config or settings of the tracking data, it will be printing those many details. So probably in one of the video we are going to see, I mean, what more things we can print as part of tracking and log. So that is of a discussion of any other day. But today we are going to see that how we could retrieve some values, which is our advantage. So see our the log file or any other such big file which are kind of semi-structured, we can retrieve some specific values, right? So let's say we are printing, we want to retrieve the start timestamp of a particular graph or in a okay. So we can we can see that what is the structure of the log. So if the structure is like data colon then start ts, so this is going to be the static value which could be printed in the log file, and then sorry, then this is the log file, and then we can retrieve the tail. So tail in the sense of the last la, the start timestamp of the last phase or last if it is only one phase, then we can retrieve the start timestamp of that phase, right? And then we can print $3 if let's say $3 is the actual value of that so what it is going to happen is like data colon start ts then colon then the value of the actual value would be like this one. Let's say this is Japan data, start timestamp of Japan data is this one, has been generated. So so for example, this is a PDF file generated, and this is the uh, so this is the log file, and it has a this kind of content, let's say. So if you want to retrieve this one, right? If you want to retrieve this one, okay, so we can utilize this one, this kind of grep command. So basically it's the same actually same field retrieval, but we wanted to discuss it because where in what cases we can utilize this kind of things, right? If you want to, so because it's unstructured, it could be unstructured data, right? So it's a semi-structured kind of data, we all know, and even then we can retrieve basic based on some assumptions which are true. Okay, and another use case could be the report generation, right? So if you want to, so similarly, it's a similar case actually. So okay, so let's say we have a files or a report file which is placed in different directories. So what we can do is for directories, directory one, directory two, or directory three. So dollar dir1 is the actual path of the directory 1, and dir2 is the actual path of directory 2, and dir3 would going to be an actual path of directory 3. So we can so this is the partly snippet of the larger script. So we can retrieve it using the for loop for file, and then again within one directory, okay, $dir, we can go to in each file of the directory, and then we can retrieve the retrieve the file which is generated on some specific revenue dates. So the question is retrieve all the file which are generated on 2nd of August of 2022. So my revenue date is going to be 2nd August 2022, and directory one could be anything. I mean, let's say we are placing all these reports in 3 different directories. So I need to go to 3 directories, or they could be in single server or on multiple servers, right? So that also can be done. And we want to retrieve all the files, and then I need to get the file, and then grab that that string, and then I want to print the $2. So this is one way of doing it. It could be done in using the combination of any other commands as well. So that's what we wanted to see OK as a helping hand. Okay, and let's say the similarly, I mean we can replace the content of the file using the O plus Z command, right? Let's say in LSL LARP, and the file name is something $9. Okay, if it is a if the file name is containing, right, this one A B C hyphen D F D, something like that, if it is there, and I want to remove these dash, okay, so we can utilize this command, okay, and we can create that file again back. So we have the files like this, you know uh, .pdf, but we want to remove this. We want to create this file as a dfhlop.pdf, right? So we can utilize this, we can remove, we can, and then we can create the files, right? So this is how we can create, we can utilize our command in different other occasions, right? So, okay, thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel, and you can share it with others so that many more people can take advantage of it. Okay, cheers. Thank you.